All right, hey everybody, Jason here, back with the channel, and what we're going to do is we're here at Toyota, Franklin Toyota, here in Statesboro, Georgia, one of my favorite dealerships. Everybody that works here is absolutely amazing, but we're going to talk for a second about why I don't like Toyota as a company right now. Like I've said, love their trucks. Yeah, they got some little quirks, and yeah, they've made some changes, and quality is not what it used to be, but they're very good trucks. Their prices are way too high on their trucks. We know that on here, but my problems with the vehicles are very minor. Okay, I think they're done good. I'm disappointed in the direction that they headed, as many of us are, but we are irrelevant. This is the world that they want, and they are in business of making money, and they know what people want. They do the studies. Here's a hybrid, iForce Max hybrid Tacoma, $60,000. Look at that, baby. Okay, this is the world we live in today, and Toyota is embracing it fully. The reasons that I have a problem with Toyota is not what they've done with the trucks. Every brand out there has went to cheaper interior materials, cheaper materials on the outside, small baby turbo motors, cheapening and cutting corners everywhere they possibly can. Every brand has done that. Every brand is exactly where they are. That is not the issue. Okay, yes, they've had recalls with the Tundra motors, and having to put all new motors in 100,000 of them. Transmission issues in the Tacomas that are getting new transmission, yes, but every brand has those same issues. Okay, it's not that, so Toyota is no different than any brand on that stuff. Where Toyota does differ is the behind the scenes stuff. Okay, that's my problem. So when you hear me talk in videos about how I'm pissed at Toyota, it's not about Toyota vehicles. It's about what Toyota has done to you as a customer. That's my problem. You as a customer, me as a customer. So what are those things? Allocation only. Okay, right now on a dealer lot, there's a ton of these. You can look, we got Tacomas, just rows of Tacomas. Fantastic. Plus more over there, plus a truck coming in back there with more of them on there. We got Tundras, rows of Tundras, more Tundras. You got everything you can think of here. Okay, so you got a lot on the lot. That's nice. But you cannot order from Toyota, and this, what we're seeing now, this is not the norm. There should not be this many Toyota trucks on a lot. This is 5 times as many as they would normally have out here. But the fact that we got so many Tundras, so many Tacomas, comes from the fact that they're just not selling as fast as they should be. Now, they're still selling fast, but they're ordering in more. Toyota does not like to have this much inventory. If they don't have this much inventory and they go with their standard and their Kaizen type practices is build it for what you need now, don't have an oversupply. We see this as an oversupply. This oversupply is due to a pricing mess up. Okay, their prices are too high, and that's hurting them, and that's why these aren't selling, and that's why we're seeing tremendous discounts on them. Once they dial that in, we go back to having a place where you might have 4 Tacomas and 4 or 5 Tundras on a lot. Okay, well, the problem falls for me on how they treat the customers is, number one, the pricing. What we see with the pricing, as we just said, they price themselves ridiculously high, like absurdly high. Next one is the allocation only ordering, meaning that in order for you to get one of these, if you don't like one of the few that's on a lot, normally few on a lot, then you cannot order one. You have to wait for whatever the dealership is allocated. The dealership cannot even order one. A dealership cannot say, I want this TRD Sport in white, but I want it with a roof rack, and I want the other wheel. You can't do that. Even though Toyota has a configurator on their site where you can build all these things, you don't get the luxury of actually doing any of that. Okay, it doesn't come that way. You get it how it comes right here. If you want this TRD off-road and you want one and you're going to call around and find one in allocation, you can't order it without this step. Okay, you don't get it without, but you have to find one in allocation. If you came up here and you're like, hey, I like this truck, but order me one without this, they can't do it. You have to take this one, or you have to find one that another dealership has allocated to them in that option. You don't get to pick. So the allocation only ordering sucks. That's a big deal. Okay, it's a very big deal and kind of annoying. So that's one thing that you got to take into consideration. The other one is how they treat you as a customer. Okay, that is a downside to it as well too. Toyota, not even the dealerships yet, but Toyota, with the fact that they charge you so much for so much money for so many things. Here again, we got this Tacoma. This is the new iForce Max Hybrid Edition. We're at $60,000 on this kind of thing. Okay, it's a lot of money, but we look at Toyota Guard Platinum right here, okay? Toyota Guard includes 2 oil and filter changes at a Toyota dealer and 4 tire rotations, and it costs you $700. Every other brand gives you that for free. Every brand gives you that for free as part of their deal. Toyota charges you $700 for it in the window sticker, which means that it is basically part of the deal. It's not a dealership doing it to you. It's Toyota, straight up Toyota doing it to you. This is pretty cool. Look at here. There's a TRD off-road, but it's got the ARB hooks on there as well too. These are reserved for the Trail Hunter and the TRD Pro, but and you can buy these separately and put them right on there. They just bolt right on, but that's cool that this one actually has them on there already. I wonder what they're charging for that. Let's take a look at that, because this is a TRD off-road standard bumper, but we do got those rear recovery points. That's pretty cool. I wonder how much, what are they charging for that on here? What does it say? ARB tow hooks are $149. Am I seeing that right? I'm going to try and line that up here. $429 for those, and that's probably not a bad price realistically, but here we're $57,000 on a TRD off-road, but this is a hybrid. Pretty sweet, pretty nice option, pretty well done up truck on here when you look at it and dive into it too. But that's kind of cool that they actually put those hooks on there. But again, you don't get to order this with those. You can buy them aftermarket, put them on, but you can't order a actual Toyota the way you want it. Okay, that allocation only. That's how you have to buy them, is through allocation. The other one, like I said, is the little hidden add-on costs on there. They get to be pretty annoying and you got to deal with them regularly. That's upsetting. Also is the fact that the dealerships at Toyota, now this one here, these people are amazing. I straight up love Franklin, okay? All the people here, okay, that you talk to, the sales guys are top shelf here. I really love these guys a lot, and I spent a lot of time up here and a lot of time with them, and they're good people. But typically, Toyota dealerships are ones that are going to do everything they can to milk you for every penny they can. Markups above on everything. $10,000 markups on TRD Pros, $10,000 markups on Trail Hunters, markups on every single thing they can, every single way they can, every chance they get. Super low trade-in values on a lot of vehicles. Toyota really, the dealership network really could use some wrangling in. Okay, they could really use some dialing in, and that's a problem that we all have to deal with. But and then the negotiations, they're very, very proud, Toyota dealerships are. So you fight a lot with them trying to get numbers into play that you want. It's such a struggle compared to any other brand. You can go to a Chevy dealer, you can go to a Ram dealer, you can go to a Jeep dealer, you can go to a Ford dealer, and it's a much easier, smoother buying experience. From Toyota, and most dealers, again, this one is phenomenal here. We bought my dad's car here, and we almost bought my 4Runner here. Their deal was good enough, but at the time we were still living in Michigan, so we bought it in Michigan, but we almost bought it here. But they do a good job here. A lot of them here, like I said, a lot of Toyota dealers, they make it a horrible buying experience. They suffer tremendously from a bad buying experience. And then the other one that bugs me really bad, why I rip on Toyota a lot, again, as a company, not their vehicles, but as a company, is all of their safety scandals, all of their lies, all of the stuff that they pull, all of the things they do that everybody else does too, but Toyota seems to take it to a next level. The other thing that it gets on my nerves is the fact that they are not transparent. They are the furthest thing from a transparent company. When they start giving you stuff, you never know what to believe with them or what they're saying is true, and it's always a headache. I'm not a fan of that whole that way that culture works on, and buying a truck with that kind of stuff bums me out. But it is those sort of things that make me really not happy with Toyota. Their trucks are good. Their trucks are now proven. Okay, the Tundra is now proven. It's been out for 3 years. It's been through 3 years of a bunch of crap. It's the first 2 years, 2022, 23, and 24s have been run through the ringer with non-stop problems. They have dialed all those in now for the most part and got it to a point where now is the time to actually get one, and they're doing very well. The Tacoma is too new to see what the problems are going to be, and there's not as many sold. If you look at sales numbers on a Tacoma, they talk about how they're selling a ton of them, and they're still selling a ton of them. Not as much as the 3rd gen, but they're still selling a lot. Those sales numbers are for vehicles that are bought from Toyota. Well, a lot of them are bought at dealerships, but then are they sold again? Because we got Toyota Tacomas lined up at every single dealership by the dozens and dozens. So they're not really selling as well as people think they are, which is okay. But the point I'm making is they haven't been on a road long enough to prove themselves yet. Okay, it took 2 years, almost 2 years, for the Tundra to start showing all the major problems it had. The Tacoma might have the same thing. We have the transmission issues up front, but Toyota will dial them in and get them set. It's a whole new world for them. But what I don't like about the company as a whole are those things. The allocation only, the way they give you the middle finger with their prices, the way they put in these add-on prices that you can't walk away from, the fact that you can't order it with or without options that you actually want on them, you don't get that luxury. The fact that they cheat on all their safety stuff, they play these games. They were sued for $60 million for screwing over customers by making it where you couldn't get out of services. The way they do all these things, making you use their apps, buy their programs through there, their software stuff, it's all of this stuff is getting annoying, is what it is. So as a company, Toyota pisses me off tremendously. High markups, no discounts, or weak discounts, especially when you have this huge supply. Like I said, the company bugs me tremendously. The vehicles, they're growing on me more and more. I hated this thing at first, and there's a million things about this that I don't like either. The fake wheel offset or the fake wide stance that it doesn't have because all I did was do tire offset. The fake departure numbers because they didn't, they gave the departure numbers on the TRD Pro based on a hitch delete vehicle, which you'll never get, but they gave their departure numbers are based on this hitch not being here. And it says you can get it with a hitch delete kit. You can't order one. You can't order a Toyota truck. And so how are you going to order it with a hitch delete to get the departure angles? You can't do it. They don't give you that option. So all these little weird fake things they do get to be kind of annoying. It's just all corporate stuff is what it is. It's peeing down your back and telling you you're restraining. Toyota does a lot of that. That's the reason I get so pissed at the company at Toyota. As far as their trucks, they're doing well. And they're built to what we would expect to see now that they are treating it as more of an American company. Tacoma's only in America. Tundra's only in America for the most part. Okay, for here, everybody else gets the Hilux and things like that. These are our trucks built for us to do what we need, and this is what we get. And it's all the little stuff. Look at this. Just looking. I mean, you can look how tight that is. That's, almost rubbing tight. That's going to rub when it rolls. And on this side, we got a gap big enough to put your whole entire finger in. Okay, that's the American way now. That's how things are. We expect that to happen. Okay, it just is what it is and how things are now. There's no getting around it. What I can't stand is a company that screws its customers over as much as Toyota does, and the dealerships usually do. Again, this dealership here, fantastic. But that's why I'm always so pissed at Toyota. Toyota gets on my nerves for how they treat you as a customer. Any comments you got, put them down below. Thanks for watching.